G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name's James, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm feeling very relaxed, very happy today, so let's get straight into the video. I am doing just a bit of journaling, just regular. I'm gonna use my Hobonichi. This is kind of my planner slash wheneverly journal, and I have a bunch of photos today. There was no real rhyme or reason for this. I dedicated some time to just play, decorate the pages, use up some of the stuff that's been floating around my desk with nowhere to live permanently. That's what I kind of like this journal for. Anything that's just little bits and pieces that are floating around, or if I just want to scribble something somewhere, or if I've got these photos that I keep printing and sometimes I don't use them, so I have to get them in somewhere. But I take a lot of photos these days. I think ever since I've become really into art journaling. I mean, I've been pretty trigger happy with that camera for a long time now, but I'm much more intentional about capturing just even random things, like the entire process of my pottery that I'm doing. If you don't know, I'm on a pottery journey. I've been really loving it. I've been learning how to throw on the wheel. I've learned how to hand build. I actually have a whole bunch of pieces that have been fired, and they were glazed and fired, and now I have them sitting in my studio. I haven't taken good photos of them yet, but I will share them when I take some nice photos. I kind of want Steve to do it. It's kind of, isn't that supposed to be what I get for marrying a photographer? Well, he's a performer and a photographer, so I think I should be sweetly serenaded while he photographs my ceramic pieces. Anyway, I'm gonna take a photo of them. I'll share them at some point. I'm just so proud of myself. I was binge watching the Great Pottery Throwdown, which I think is on HBO. I could be lying. It was on one of those internet TV channels that we have on Apple TV, and I was so obsessed with it and doing the whole like, oh, I could do that, but knowing that I really couldn't do it. Like, I had no idea if I could even do it or not. So Steve, as a way to kind of relax me, I guess, because I tend to become a bit of a workaholic if I don't, be on top of that. I guess kind of a way to make sure that I at least took a break and did something that was completely outside of work or had nothing to do with work. He signed me up for that, and so I did a whole course, like a whole mini course, and then I've started like another mini course. It's the same one, but this time I don't really have to sit down and learn the stuff that I learned the first time. I can still get help, because let's be real, I still need the help. I really tried to pay attention. I really struggle with paying attention to things, but I did try to pay attention when I was learning everything, and I was, making little notes and taking photos of the entire process just so I could, really absorb it, because I was really into it, and I still am. So I'm continuing with that. We'll see where that goes. It's not a work thing. It has nothing, like, I'm not selling pieces of ceramics in my Etsy store. Like, I have no intention of doing anything except making some pots for my pens and pencils. I don't know, one day I might make a coffee cup or something, but I'm getting more confident with my wheel throwing. So all of that to say, I had these photos of my last session where I've been throwing like bigger pieces, so I decided to put that in my journal. This journal kind of acts as everything. It's that place where I can put little pieces of junk, or like little letters, or little post-it notes, or it's kind of the glue-all book. What do people call that? I think it's just called a glue book, right? A junk journal of sorts, but also functions as a planner, because obviously with all the days, so I do use it as a planner. And then it also kind of functions as a scrapbook. I'm not a huge scrapbooker, but I do love that idea of documentation, and I love photos because everyone says a photo is worth 1,000 words. So if you've got lots and lots in here, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Yeah. So that's why I love to fill my journal with pictures and photos, because I think they're just as representative of the experience that I'm having throughout the year as the actual writing is. I don't see one more valuable than the other. And especially around this time of year when I'm just always really happy and I'm always caught in a Christmas mood, I do love to just go a little bit overboard. So I'm kind of working on that and just giving myself permission to sit down and play with stickers and glue and cutting and just the most basics of basics. But that's the reality. Like, this is, I've said it a few times before, this is kind of what I do when I'm left to my own devices and I'm not feeling particularly up for a challenge, or not even that. I mean, because to be honest, I was drawing other stuff and painting for a different video just after I did this, so I was totally in the mood. But this is that different kind of headspace where you get in and it's mildly challenging, so it feels rewarding to like do the process. It has something to do with flow. we won't go there because I'm not a psychiatrist, so I couldn't help you with that. But I do know that I really do enjoy it, and I print a lot of my photos on stickers so I don't have to mess about with the glue because they get really, really messy. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I also decided to put at the end of this video, because I was not really doing much, I'll be honest. I was just flitting about with stickers, and I thought it was like not a video. I don't know. There's really no way to know if there's enough content in a video or not, but I just sometimes have a feeling like, oh, this is not enough. And it, as it were, when I edited it, I think I ended up with like 7 minutes of journaling footage, which, I mean, who's the journal police? Who's the YouTube police? Are they really going to get me for that? I'm not quite sure. But I felt like it would benefit the video if I just added a little bit more. And I started going through all the pages and I realized I had not actually flipped this in its entirety yet. Typically, I would wait until the end of a journal, or maybe a certain point, like a halfway point, or if it's 50%, 75%, or 100% done, I would probably flip it. And especially if I just wanted to chat, I like to chat about all that stuff. So instead, I decided to just flip through this. But for the first time, I'm going to be narrating over the footage that I recorded because I didn't live speak about it. Those videos tend to last for about 45 minutes minimum. So that wasn't the extra I was trying to add at the end. But then if I just film a music only flip, it's like 3 to 5 minutes long. So anyway, I'm doing a new thing. I don't know if I've done this before. I don't think I have, but I'm going to try and tell you what's going on the pages. I know I'm going to get stuck like telling a dumb story like I did about the pottery, but hopefully you'll just appreciate the visuals as they flash across the screen nonetheless. Anyway, I did want to say one thing actually. Thank you to everyone that's joined Merry Mix Media. We've had so many people join, which is fantastic, and I was an absolute fool and did not realize that I've upgraded my Zoom account once. I upgraded it for Virtual Voyage because I needed to put over 100 people in the live streams, and so then we got a pass for 500 people to join the live stream, which I was like, maybe 60 years in the future, Virtual Voyages will have 500 people. As it stands, we usually get about 120, 140 people. So it's still a decent amount. Like, it's still an incredible amount of people to be experiencing that with. But all of that to say, I didn't realize that I was opening up this live stream to everyone that was joining. I know it sounds stupid because it's literally what I told everyone, but in my head, I thought we could just go ahead with the plan that I already had. So I have upgraded, and all I wanted to say is that if you haven't joined and you really want to join us live, there is, heaven forbid, unless there's some kind of technical issue with the internet, there should be no reason why you won't be able to join us tomorrow. I'm putting this video up on Friday, December 4th. Saturday, December 5th, and I'm talking California time because I know it's the 5th in some countries already. But tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, on December 5th, we will do our live stream. I'm just letting you know so that no one can tell me they weren't told, because I do get people that tell me, even after I've said it about 600 times, that still tell me they didn't hear it. It's on tomorrow. And there's a button to join it in the course. Course is free, don't have to pay for it. It's linked in the description below. There'll be a button in the course, and I'll also send out a reminder email tomorrow for those people who want to join us for that, and get a feel for what live workshops are like with me. It's just a one afternoon thing, but it'll be fun. So I'll see you there. Here's the flip that I was talking about. Let's see. I've got some stickers. This is the part of the journal where I keep a look at my month, because it's a monthly spread. You can see I started out very clinical. I was trying to color code things. That didn't last long, let me tell you. But this is, August, September. Those were Virtual Voyage, kind of getting those together. And then we did that in October. November, we also had lots going on. We just had a ton going on, honestly. Like, it's been hectic. So these monthlies have come in really handy. And that is kind of the reason I bought this journal, to try the Hobonichi, was to be better at planning and have it all in one place and a lot more accessible. So there's a bit of watercolor scribbles. I didn't start this until about mid-August, so I had this whole July section free. So I put a bit of my pottery journey in there. That was an old Merry Mix Media little checklist that I had. Some little drawings. Sometimes I just scribble all over the pages. I mean, they're free pages, right? I wouldn't leave them. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I hope you can't hear that. That's my friend in the car. He's back. I knew it. I can count on him to be around at this time. I say it's a him. It could be a lady. I don't know. Anyway, so there are more scribbles. I used this whole July section to just put random bits and pieces everywhere, but it was my birthday in July, so I gave myself a double spread. That was my gift to me this year for turning the big 3-0. Dirty, 30, flirty, and thriving. Wow, that's a mess. And I kind of themed it Wizard of Oz because I was just really feeling myself at that point. We had just finished Virtual Voyage number 1, and the last week was Over the Rainbow, so I was really into that. I mean, I've always been into it, but like very much so that week. This is just some stuff that I did on... Sometimes I do my Art Journaling the Magic Happy Place parties in here. I don't know why I shouldn't, but I just had extra pages, and at that point I thought, you know what, I'll try some of it in here. There's a picture of my gran when she was younger, and a little note. My mum had given me a Bible verse to go and look at, so I scribbled it on a piece of paper, and all of that decoration as well was from an envelope someone had sent me. So it was a nice little bit of happy mail that I used as decoration. So Big Eyes, that's when I watched that movie. Love that. This is about when I got the journal, so you can see how neat I was trying to do everything. I usually go in random phases where everything's got to be neat, or everything's got to have a place and it's got to be structured, or then I go completely crazy haywire and nothing needs a place and it should all look crazy. So you can kind of see my moods dip in and out, I think, but because I didn't really work in this chronologically until about this point, yeah, you could maybe see it better from here than from the pages before, because they were all just free pages. Daisy. Remember Daisy? How many did I get into that? Like 15? I think I got 15 done. Pictures of the cats. There's so many pictures of my cats in here. Oliver and Bianca. I just love taking photos of the cats. There's lots of photos of Steve. That's my husband. He was shooting product photos in our living room. I thought that was funny. Little Etsy listing photos. I try to take snapshots of stuff from my phone as well that I just think is funny. I like to put things in here that are my family, or that are really, really funny, or that signify something like very specific. I don't tend to look for pretty things, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for the most aesthetic photos, or I don't need everything to look like it was in, you know, I took it intentionally for the purposes of journaling, or you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I guess I don't mind whatever the photos are. They could be the photo with no filter or nothing, but if I just had it in my phone and it was just a good memory, I'll print it out and put it in there. Mostly printed out on sticker paper. I get mine from onlinelabels.com. Oh look, and then we did some of that stamping workshop, the Concepts 2 workshop. I'll be doing more of those next year as well. I haven't mentioned it, but I'm bringing back those concept stamping workshops too. But lots of photos. Those ones are a bit more put together because those were from Virtual Voyage. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll even print out photos of things that happened years ago. Like even in this video, some of those photos I was using were from 5 years ago. But they represent such beautiful memories. And even though I might not talk about them with you, sometimes I do write them down. Sometimes I'll reflect on those in my 5-year journal, or sometimes I will just write a little passage in here. Oh, this was the Art Journaling the Magic, the triannual WAS convention. I put a lot of that in there as well. It's really fun when big like retreats and conventions and workshops happen, because there's a lot of that themed thing going on without really having to try. And then you get some crossover stuff where like one day I'll be doing a live party at night, but I'll have art snacks in the morning. So I put it all there. If it fits on the page, it fits. But this is A6 size. It's very, very small. And this is the Avec, the Hobonichi Avec. So it is half the year. So this is only from July to December. So in a few weeks, I will be trading this out for my new one. And I'll still use the same cover. It's the Mina Perhonen Peace cover. Oh, I got that big box of Australian food from my mum. That is gone. That was gone a week later. That didn't stand a chance. Photos of my sister and her family. I love to put a lot of photos of my family in here, just because I always go to this, like, and then Stella, these photos of Stella that are coming up. I always go to this journal like daily, right? Because I'm using it as a planner. So I'll flick through it as I go through it. And honestly, just being stimulated by those photos of people that I love and care about is a nice feeling. I don't rely on it to make me happy for the day, but it's like a tiny little boost of a smile. You know, when I'm sitting thinking about planning something, or if I'm overwhelmed about work for a hot minute. I love that little picture of Steve on the side as Catwoman. That was funny. And then, yeah, lots of stickers. Oh, look, I think that's when I started. That was my first pottery class. There you go. Lots more pottery photos to come. Oh, and there's Stella. We did that photo shoot in our living room for the Day of the Dead. It looks so good. Oh, look, there's the photos of Steve and I modeling it. I love putting those in there as well. You know what I realized? I actually don't have a lot of ephemera. I used to collect a lot of ephemera, and I was thinking about this the other day. Why don't I have a lot of ephemera from this year? Because some of my old journals have just tons of random stickers and random postcards and random business cards, random flyers. And then I realized, well, this year of all years, I haven't really been going out anywhere. It's kind of been a lot of stickers and a lot of photos because I don't have a ton of ephemera. Even the stuff that I order online, like, it barely comes with any extra junk. People are just really not putting in all the extras these days. Etsy shops do, and I'm terrible for that. Please don't even expect a thank you card from my Etsy store. I'm terrible for it. But a lot of Etsy sellers do put in a little bits and pieces of ephemera. But yeah, no, I used to have receipts for things. I used to have ticket stubs for, like, every time we went to the movies, and every time I went to Disneyland, I would pick up little brochures. And yeah, I guess it only dawned on me the reason why I don't have all of that this year. So I do treasure my little Adidas tags and my little stickers from packages that arrive. I cherish it and I use it. Oh, look, I've got completely off topic again. Sorry, here is more photos, more stickers. And a lot from you guys. Thank you as well. Thank you for sending me your happy mail. I truly don't deserve it. And if you're ever thinking of sending me something, please just look for the people in your life that could really use it before you send it to me, because I am way too spoiled. But I do appreciate it, especially when I get little stickers. I always put them in there and think of you. Or I put them on the front of my box, my Hobonichi 5-year box. I decorate that like an old suitcase with lots of stickers. Anyway, well, that's the video for today. I'm finished. That's the end of the flip. Probably wasn't the best format for chatting over the, like, for voiceovering the flip. I'll get back to a regular talking flip next time. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you hopefully tomorrow at the live Christmas party for Merry Mix Media. Until then, bye.